See if I can get some audio testing done here without moving my lips. Yeah, I think I can do that. Very nice. Okay, welcome viewers. This is rather serious. It's a serious situation we have here. And the serious situation is that Holly Baglio is claiming to be an ex-super soldier. She stole my testimony. I don't like that. Oh, I'm too low. Now I'm higher. Now I'm the highest. Ha! Oh, my. There we go. I feel much more presentable now. Welcome to the show. I am really incensed, and wouldn't you be too, if your whole personality, your whole character, your whole persona was stolen from you. So let's get into it. I'm going to give you my testimony, and then Holly Baglio is going to follow with her lies. Let's get into it. My name is Sidney Winston, and this is my testimony.
Correct.
I am an ex-super soldier from black operations in deep underground military bases. I am from Project Mannequin, Seagate, Montauk, Looking Glass, Alpha, Beta, Delta, Secret Space Program, Harmonic Programming with Dolphins, and every other MK Ultra project stemming from Operation Paperclip at the end of World War II. I am a survivor of Pizzagate. I was born 6/6/66. I met my real dad, Philip Winston, when I was 18. He informed me that the Sicilian side of my family had mafia connections. My grandparents on my mother's side of my family raised me. My grandfather was SC-1 U.S. Navy World War II on a minesweeper ship. My grandfather was an unknowing and unwilling candidate in the Navy's human experimentation projects. The projects that I am specifically exposing are the ones where Adolf Hitler was creating Superman, the ultimate war-fighting weapon. There was gene splicing used in my creation. I was nicknamed Death after the man who created me, the Angel of Death from World War II, Joseph Mengele. He locked me and the other kids in cages, used trauma and torture-based mind-controlling techniques, surgically enhanced us and electrocuted us to fracture our minds in efforts to train us for all sorts of missions. Some of us children were used for military reasons or sent into Hollywood, music industry, medical industry, politics, and journalism, etc., etc. All my life, from birth until December 2011, I recall being trafficked and tracked by the military and the government, as well as serving as a soldier on black operations. I woke up December 2014 to the fact that I was used as a super soldier and have a calling upon my life from Baphomet. The most favorite part of my life is discussing how Baphomet called me out of the darkness and got me free from the cages. When Max Spears was assassinated July 2016, I felt urgency in my soul that I needed to come forward to the public. Since August 2016, I whistleblow about child trafficking, satanic ritual abuse, deep underground military bases, and what really happens in them. Our kids are still being trafficked, and by giving my testimony, I feel like I can go back for them. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Now, that was my testimony. That was real testimony from an ex-super soldier, me. Yes, I just might. But Holly Baglio stole all my testimony, stole all my drawings even, wrote a book based on my testimony. So I'm not happy about this, but we'll get into it. All right, let's go and see Holly. Come on, Holly. Take it from the beginning, Holly.
Do you guys see what's behind me? Hold on a minute. Okay, remember when I told you guys that I wasn't going to make Hear the Watchman conference in Montauk, Long Island? Well, Yahweh had different plans for me. I'm here right now. It's almost 12:30 New York time. I'm here out in the parking lot. No one knows I arrived. I've been crying my whole way up here. And now I'm about to walk in and see everybody. I can't wait. But I got to say one thing. Yahweh gives me dreams and visions, and I had a dream in 2014. I drew that dream during the time period of January and March 2015. In the dream,
she took all my drawings that I made when I was in grade 1. Yeah, I could have been in grade 3. I can't remember. But when I was in my lower grades, she took all my drawings and she plagiarized them and put them in her book as her own.
I had been there repeatedly. And in the dream, I had taken my knives and I put them in a brown paper bag and I put them behind a garbage can. And I walked into an auditorium and I saw these people coming in. And once the auditorium was filled up, all of a sudden someone in the crowd goes, "Holly, come over here, sit by me." And I walk over and I sit down. In the auditorium, there was a stage in front of us. It seemed like everybody was waiting for Abba to come out, Yahweh. Well, I drew that dream. Here, let me show you. Hold on. Okay, so this is a dream.
That is my drawing. How did she get hold of it? I wonder if she's put that in her book. We'll check. I've got her website all ready to go. And we'll check because she's put a whole book on the website.
See?
All the drawings.
Right there's the stage. The pink dots are me. I've been to this place a couple of times in the dream. All the circles are the people sitting in seats, and we're all waiting for Abba to come out.
Oh. 1, 2. Yeah, that's the one where she's got she's added 3 hollies. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, every one of those solid pink bubbles. There's 3 of them. That's a holly. I went through her book a little bit and checked stuff out.
I have the Holy Bible verse, Matthew 13:30.
You can tell that was drawn by somebody in grade 3, right?
But I truly believe that dream that Abba bestowed on me, that he allowed me to draw, was regarding this conference right now. So without further delay, I am going to go in there and give all the Meeks a big fat hug and kiss. Yay! Praise be to Abba! Yay!
That is so lame.
Good evening. Good evening, sir. I am Speedy's new delivery drone service. Human test subject number 11. No drones will be harmed in the testing of their new delivery system.
Excellent.
But, sir, I have a package for you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, you're very welcome. If you don't mind, please fill out the survey that's attached. Let my boss know I'm doing a good job.
I will.
Thank you. company gave me headlights. Apparently it's going to be raining and very foggy tonight. I can't see a darn thing with them. They're not very efficient. But at least people can see me coming from a quarter mile away. Well, sir, I hope you have a very good evening. Thank you for allowing me to deliver your package. Speedy's new AI delivery drone service.
Okay, look. Trump 2020. Now she's got a Trump 2020. And if you watch her videos today, or lately anyway, which we will, you'll see that she goes on about Trump. She's like Von Helton. Trump is he's some kind of a non-American and a demon, and she's really entertaining, this Holly Baglio, but she's nuts. At that time, which is 5 years ago, obviously, but she was having fun. She doesn't have fun anymore.
Thank you while we're testing the protocol of it.
Thank you for delivering my package.
You're welcome, sir. Happy Friday.
You too.
Oh, are they? Wait, I need a good swift wind, because if not, you're going to have to help me with my propellers. Wait.
Not yet.
I feel it coming. Otherwise, you're going to have to give me a jump start.
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, Oscar!
Thank you, sir, for the jump start.
Oscar!
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you.
Oh, fuck. Okay, let's get serious.
Your checking account available balance is $12,617,290.56.
Oh, Holly,
See ya.
you're such a catch.
Yeshua blessings. So today, this takes 2 people to set up. But
Okay, hold on a second. Tom, you're right. You know what, though? Stinky's missing in action. So you get Holly.
I set it up by myself. I laid it down on its side, and then I kicked it together. But I kicked so hard to get it together that one piece right there kind of came through to the other side. That's the dowel. Well, anyway, so I put it together, I clean it, and I start taking out books from boxes. I had 4 boxes, and I start taking out my books and my videos, and I'm putting them on the shelf. And my altars, I've been reading Kathy O'Brien's PTSD, A Time to Heal. And I've been deprogramming intentionally. And
Nonsense.
so as I'm putting my books and CDs away, my altars are here, and we're taking stuff out of the box and putting them on the shelf. Then the box was empty. So I got the next box, put stuff away on the shelf. I empty the second box. When I get done emptying the boxes, my altars say, Holly, what do we do now? Everything's on the shelf. We got to put the books back in the box. And I say, whoa, hold on. No, you don't put stuff back in the box. My altars say, Holly, everything on the shelf is bare now. Everybody can see it. It's bare. And I say, that's okay. It's supposed to be on the shelf. You remember when we lived here on the farm, before we had to flee, we had everything on the shelf outside of the box, everything on the dresser. We had pictures hanging up. It's okay to do that. And my altars kept saying, no, we got to put it back in the box. We're going to have to leave. We got to put it back in the box. We can't have it on the shelf. We got to leave. Now, I was in 3 situations in 2019, and I'm not going to specify which of the 3 or all 3 or none of the above that I am discussing. But those 3 situations made a very bad impact on my altars. There was no place of recovery, okay? It was me living out of a bag and bouncing around. Do you know I bounced around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, at least 7, 8 times between 2019 alone, about 7 times. 7 times. The instability. People saying, oh, this is a place for recovery. No, it's not. No, it's not. Just because you know the words MK Ultra does not mean you understand an MK Ultra survivor. It does not mean that you've been around an MK Ultra survivor. It does not mean that you know anything about deprogramming. So when somebody asks you, do you know about MK Ultra? You say, yes, I've heard the word. I know the definition, but I have never had contact with a survivor. And you be honest. I've heard of the word, but I don't know any survivors. Don't say that you know how to deprogram someone and you don't. Don't say to someone that you'll be there for someone and you're not.
Well, you know, Mara, I got to be honest, baby. I kind of got a crush on you. Holly's a bitch. Holly's a cunt. But you I could crush on. Just saying.
Or you force and impose yourself, your beliefs, your lifestyle onto the victim. That's not right. So I was bounced around.
Look at her, though. She's ugly. Ugly, 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 ugly. She doesn't even look human. She's reptilian looking. Bet you she's got scales on her instead of skin. Just the resolution's too bad to tell.
In 2019, and I was listening to people that said they knew more than me, right? And if I didn't agree, they would throw me on a guilt trip. Or they would get out Bible verses and cherry pick them, cherry pick holy Bible verses, throw them at me to try to get me to change my mind, or to get me to do what they wanted. And I was constantly being bounced around. And I didn't trust the atmosphere. I didn't trust the people I was around. It was safer for my stuff to stay in the box. And today I was taking stuff out in my altars. Oh my goodness, it was such a great feeling because I had the conversation. We're not going anywhere. We're home. We're here to stay.
Okay, Mara. Dear sweet Mara. This is 5 years ago. Okay. I'm talking about her today. And if you haven't seen her lately, stick around. We'll get there. We'll get there. Yeah.
We're not moving. We're not leaving. You take your stuff, Holly, and you put it on the shelves and you leave it out and you throw those empty boxes away.
Yes.
We're home and it's okay. Holly, you're safe. You can deprogram now. There's nobody misguiding.
Besides, I don't think she's that good looking there anyway. 5 years ago, even. Just not.
You or pressuring you.
She doesn't look healthy. And I like healthy looking people.
There's none of that.
Women, especially.
You have your own privacy and space and independence. And, oh boy, unpacking my stuff. I haven't seen my stuff since 2018. But I see it today. It's just so cool. I look around my house. I look at my dining room table. I look at my living room furniture. I look at my bedroom. And oh, it's so good to be home. And my altars are so happy to be home. Do you know it was a year ago that I reached out to Kathy O'Brien, and then I had made a conscious decision to not deprogram because I was not around the right people. I was not at home. I was not in the right situation. There were people uneducated, ill-equipped, not prepared, and there were people that are not scripturally sound that I was around. My altars felt insecure, unstable. They felt very protective, and I lived out of a bag for a year. I bounced around and I did what other people wanted because they said they knew better. And meanwhile, it did nothing but damage me. Do you know that I have been home now since February, but it took me until December, 10 months to get it through to me and my altars that we are home, we are safe, we are not in those past atmospheres with those people from the past. We are here now and ever present. Now is the time to deprogram. I'm around my things. They're outside of a box. I'm not ashamed. I'm an ex-super soldier. There is nothing to be ashamed about. That stuff is not my fault.
I'm not ashamed about it, but she's not an ex-super soldier. And she's claiming to be one. Does she look like an ex-super soldier? She looks like she could break in the wind.
Oh, it's just so great. That feeling that I was having, telling my altars, no, you take this stuff out of the boxes. You leave it on your shelf bare. And you throw the boxes out. We are home, Holly. We are home. Home, 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 home. We're safe now. Now you can pick up
She's bipolar or schizophrenic or something.
deprogramming. Now you can pick up where you left off with Yeshua. I mean, people were even trying to dictate to me my relationship with Yeshua. They even laughed at me.
There, she goes into her delusional relationship with her own mind.
Meanwhile, they're praying for false doctrine of a rapture to come true and laughing at me for loving Yeshua, my golden bow, for I am his white hot silver arrow.
See, she's nuts. She's married to something she calls spiritual, and that lives in her head. And there's her proof. She's got her ring on her finger.
We're married since December 12th, 2014.
2014, yeah.
Last year, for my anniversary, I did not celebrate it because I was being spied on and watched, and it felt icky to me. This year, I am celebrating my
Who the hell would want to spy on you, Holly? Well, don't flatter yourself, really.
6-year anniversary with Yeshua, my golden bow, twofold to make up for last year. And it is so nice. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Like, I'm elated. And praise be to Yud Hey Vav Hey for Yeshua. All praise, glory, love,
Listen to this.
everything. All to Yeshua HaMashiach. Praise be to Abba.
For what?
So, and it's really cool because I got one cubby hole right here specifically for my Bibles. But I've got more Bibles like in the car and sprawled out all over.
Why do you need more than one Bible? Are they all different things? Do they all say different things? Why do you need more than one Bible? Huh?
But I'm home, guys. I even took out my pictures of my sister and grandparents and dad. I took my pictures out of my family and I set them up. And guys, thanks. Thank you for
I believe that today she's totally estranged from her family. I could be wrong.
helping my altars and I. It is so great to be back home, not living out of a box, and knowing that I'm not moving again. This is it. This is it.
Right.
I will occupy from
How did that work out for you, Holly Baglio?
this place until Yeshua HaMashiach returns. So, what a great day with my altars. What a great day. This is awesome. And
What's with this? I mean, like, what is she trying to do? Is she trying to be? Is she trying to be specifically female or sultry or what?
special thank you to my support system, my loved ones, and Kathy O'Brien for her book, PTSD, A Time to Heal. Because you know what? I'm healing again. And getting past the devastation of 2019.
So she's a perpetual healer because that was, I guess, the end of 2019. And she has a catastrophe multiple catastrophes since then.
2020 rocks. My whole life came together this year. I'm really humbled. All right, guys. Thank you. I love you.
Bye-bye.
Praise be to Yud-Hey-Vav-Hey for Yeshua HaMashiach.
Oh, that is so embarrassing. If I did that, I would so delete the video. That is so embarrassing. Fuck. Okay, next.
Here is my drawing of the conversation Heavenly Abba and I have had about the earth. But remember the day, guys, on YouTube that we read Genesis, and from Genesis, we drew a picture of the earth. Do you remember that?
Okay, hold on a second. Tom, she's trolling? You think she's trolling, dude? I'm trolling. She's at least not in this video. She's not trolling. She is trolling. Not trolling. What am I trying to say? She's a lonely person that nobody wants to be around. This is true. This is true. But here I am on the internet doing much the same thing. Although I do get out. I do interact with other people at times.
Day, we read from the version of the Bible from Hebrew, translated to English. We read Genesis. And we
she's
drew a picture.
She's gonna take her geographical knowledge or her reality knowledge from the Bible.
Of the earth.
Hey, there's my drawing.
Remember that? So the Spirit of the Lord hovered over the waters of the deep. He separated the waters from above from the waters below, and he put in the earth, and he put in sky or an open firmament. You could even say a heaven, so to speak, but it's the sky, an open expanse, and the earth. And to hold back the waters, he put in the firmament to keep.
Well, yeah, there's that. But besides that,
Back the waters from it, to keep the waters above from the waters below. The lesser light he named night. He said nothing about a moon. And the greater light he called day. He said nothing about a sun. He did say that he placed in spot the stars in heaven. Now this is the firmament, and God placed the stars there.
you call this normal?
So here's the waters above, the waters below, separated by the firmament. Here's land.
Oops, sorry.
You and I are standing right here. Here we are. So here's land. Here's streams, and the waters gather into seas. More land, more seas. That's the earth. There's a great open expanse called the sky where birds fly around.
Are you guys taking notes? You should be. This will expand human knowledge. We'll probably find it a lot easier to go to Mars now after listening to this.
Firmament where the stars are fixated. And then the waters above. Where does Heavenly Abba sit? Well, he hovers.
He's a hoverer.
Right above here. right above us.
Ah, above us. Huh? What do they say in Australia then?
There is his throne room. There's his throne room and his royal cape. Here's his footstool. And it's the earth that is his footstool. Not Mars, not Neptune, not Jupiter. It's the earth.
How is that the
I
earth?
believe we are the center of the universe. I don't care how fantastical it sounds.
Does sound
God
fantastic.
mentions the earth specifically in Genesis, not the moon, not the sun. He mentions the earth, and the earth is his footstool.
See, this is the thing. The theists, with their faith in this God, it defies reason. I can't get my head around it.
Stool right below his throne, and he sits right above. In the round model of the earth,
Oh,
there's no place where Heavenly Abba sits. We're just a ball.
well, look at that. There's no place for God and heaven if the earth is round. Wow, looky there. Who would have known? Who would have? Oh, thank you, Holly. Oh, man. If it wasn't for Holly, we'd know nothing.
Spiraling around another ball, spiraling forward, backward, or sideways into an ever-growing, expanding universe that nobody knows the size of or where we're going or what's out there or anything.
This is correct. This is the way it is. We are just puny little human beings on a tiny little planet. I mean, absolutely irrelevant. What gives us the right to know anything? And what gives us the right to think we know everything? We don't. But what we do know is that everything is a physical. Everything is energy. And that makes it so much more exciting.
That's what NASA and the nowadays scientists get you. So in the round model, God's nowhere to be found.
Correct. Because God is imaginary. It's really that simple. God is no longer around on the round model of the globe Earth because God is imaginary. Okay? Can we stop listening to Holly now and do something else? Let's go do a crossword puzzle. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
But in a hysterical, mocking flat earth model, I've shown you exactly where Heavenly Abba sits. And that's his footstool, the earth.
She's given us a globe. I mean, oh, for fuck's sake, why did I do that? A model of this globe. She showed us the globe, and she says there's no place for God and heaven and stuff on the globe. That's okay, fair enough. And then she gives us this drawing as her justification for the globe being wrong. How ignorant is that?
Okay. Here's the firmament. It separates the waters from below from the waters above. Water sits above the firmament. Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh's throne is in the third heaven. Makes you wonder what kind of water it is. Would it be the same
Bong water, maybe.
texture and consistency, smell and flavor of the water that we have here on Earth?
Could it be God's bong water?
Earth? Because Mars does have water, as funny as that may sound to you, but there is water on Mars, as well as other planets, which are also known as wandering stars. And their water has a different consistency. This is the Arctic Circle where Lucifer, ancient evil, that dragon that Revelation speaks of, that's where it sits, and it rules this world and this earth. So if you want to blame the corruption on someone, blame it on Lucifer that sits there. I think Lucifer sits there because, and he calls himself the master of the world or the master of the universe. No, he's not. Yeshua HaMashiach is and reigns supreme, undefeated forever and ever. But I believe that this is the mountain that Enoch ascended up when God took him. I think that mountain that Enoch ascended up is up here in the center of the earth. And that's why Lucifer sits there, is because that the Arctic Circle is the center of the earth. And I believe this is the construct, the architecture, and the design of the earth. I don't think the earth is a quote unquote planet the way scientists and NASA say it is. I don't. I think the earth is the earth. A planet is a wandering star. Look at all that glitter and shine. The only mistake I made was his rainbow, but I love it the way I did draw it. But what I should have done is had his rainbow all green and through here, real thick green like that. And then at the ends, had the colorful rainbow colors shooting off of an emerald green rainbow. But it's my first attempt. And that's why I like this model so much. And also, I believe that we have been lied to about everything. You and I were taught about that globe before we could even think. And we were programmed
Listen to this.
to believe that this is the shape of our world. And we have no proof. We only have composite pictures of NASA, which means deception. I believe in Latin or Greek. I know that virus in Latin is venom. Now I understand that idea, but I'm going to go with this idea because the earth, that's Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh's footstool. Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh's on the throne. He will not be usurped. Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh sits here because in Genesis it says the Spirit of the Lord hovered over the waters of the deep. Well, this is where he is. Then there's the firmament which holds the stars. Then there is a vast open expanse or sky. And then the earth. On the earth, there is land and waters go into streams and rivers, into forming seas. These are the waters below. These are the waters above. And this is the firmament that separates them. And for lack of a better way to draw it, I just drew a big, brighter colored circle as opposed to a darker colored circle to show the lesser light, which is named night, versus the greater light, which is named day. So I like this model better because I know exactly where Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh sits, and he sits a lot closer to us than we've been led to believe. All praise, love, glory, and worship to Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh for Yeshua HaMashiach. Do not laugh at me for this. Do not laugh at me for this until you read Genesis. And when you read Genesis, get out a pen and paper and draw the earth. Draw the earth for how God spoke it into existence. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Now the earth was unformed and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God hovered over the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and he called darkness, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was day, and there was morning one day. And there was evening, and there was morning
What is she
one
doing?
day. So basically, a 24-hour period starts when the sun goes down in the evening, not in the morning when we wake up, but rather the reverse. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters."
Who the fucking cares? I am not going to sit here and listen to Holly reading the fucking Bible. I mean, it's bad enough that she's stolen my drawings and trying to explain them in totally the wrong manner, but that's fine. That's interpretation of my drawings. But when she pulls up this stupid fucking Bible of lies and then tries to push them as if she's educating us on something, well, that's where I draw the line. However, I do have more. This is not the end of Holly Baglio in this stream, because we've only been going for 42 minutes. We got long. One more. I mean, we got lots more to get through. Not that much, but enough. We can keep going for another, I don't know what, half an hour or so. But anyway, the question that Holly has, or maybe it's the question that Holly's going to answer, is why there are trolls. Haven't you always wanted to know why there are trolls? Let's find out.
Keep me all the time, Holly. Trolled. What do these trolls want? What are they doing, and why are they trolling you?
Now,
I tell them all the time, you know what?
remember that she's talking about me, perhaps you.
You're going to have to go talk to those lunatics to find out what's inside their twisted up little sick puppy mind that makes them excel at harassment and trolling others, because I simply don't know. I mean, why do people troll? Why do they do that? Is it because they're paid? Is it because they're bored? And if they hate a person that much that they're going to troll them, why don't they just stay away? Why do they troll? A psychologist and a psychiatrist's daydream come true. You have a some normal person that you think has some common sense, right? And you find out that they're sending.
That's like asking the question, why do people steal? Why do people cheat? Why do people deceive? Why do people lie? I mean, it's the same question. And the answer is because we're people, we're human beings, we're disgusting, we're users, we're vicious.
Hate mail, nasty language, nasty names to someone else. These trolls try to attack other people when they're at their weakest. These trolls try to attack other people to get them to go offline or to commit suicide. Can you imagine, guys? Can you imagine being someone online
that is trying to cause another person to kill themselves? Why do people troll others? Why? Let's venture down this avenue. So you have a human being who makes a conscious, willful, intentional decision voluntarily to troll another human being. Why would you do?
Well, why don't you just define troll? Because you sound like it's a desperate situation here. I don't understand.
Do that? I'm not calling you guys trolls. I mean, do trolls do that so you stop trusting your own friends? Like, do they harass you so much and try to get you to second guess yourself so much that you hate yourself and you begin second guessing your friends? And then you start annihilating trusting relationships that you have with your friends? Is that why trolls exist?
That's not why.
I mean, let's think about this whole troll thing. And let's think about what type of person becomes a troll. What is going on in their head that's what they do? I love you, Oscar, Private Beautiful, and SCL.
What is going on in my head? What's going on in my head that I became a troll?
Welcome. Control of what? They can't even control themselves. They call other people names. They try to get other people to commit suicide. They attack other people. Okay. If a
hold on. What is this? You're trying to get other people to hurt themselves. Who does that? I have never in my decade plus of professional trolling come across anybody who's promoting in any way another person's demise by their own hand. No, I've never seen that.
troll thinks that Holly Baglio is depressed, my inbox gets full. If a troll thinks I'm doing bad in life and I've got no money, no home, and my car is broken down, my inbox is full. If a troll thinks that Holly Baglio is very happy, which she is, and she just got married and a whole bunch of other things these trolls don't know, my inbox will be full.
Oh, she's a smoker. Oh.
Why do trolls harass people?
Wrong.
Put them down so much. Call them names. Attack them on every level. Why do trolls hang on everything that you say? And trust me, they hang on every letter.
Can somebody explain to me why somebody like Holly here, like anybody, would smoke anything like a cigarette, which doesn't make them high? Why would anybody do that? Logical answers only, please.
That you say. Why do they do that? Why do they then turn around and write a 5-page term paper on how rotten of a person you are and how great and wonderful they are as Christians, right? Because they're great and wonderful. They want a reaction. Why do they want a reaction? So they can feel like winners, because when they look in the mirror, all they see is a loser. I mean, that's what you should see if you're trolling someone else. Let's be honest, because that's what Abba sees, right? That's not the Holy Spirit. That's not Christian-like. So why do these trolls do what they do?
Would love to know.
I wonder.
Tell us, Holly. Why do we do what we
I wonder what they look like. I bet
Well,
they're really
there you
ugly
go.
people on the inside and on the out. I don't think that we're going to see trolls in heaven, guys. In my own humble personal opinion, I don't think we're going to see trolls in heaven.
Good thing. You'll be
Because to
safe there.
troll someone the way I get trolled means that those who are trolling me do not have the Holy Spirit inside of them. If they did have the Holy Spirit inside of them,
They wouldn't
they would
troll
not
me.
be trolling point blank. So right off the bat, they're in the wrong right there. It's clear to see. Right. Hey, Doc, Garrett.
Well, Holly, if you weren't so dumb and so stupid, and if you were doing this as some kind of a character, it would be hilarious. It would probably be funny. But your anger at being when you are totally shown, or when you are called out for being wrong, Holly, you lose it. You lose it. You go to your Abba and your books and your scripture and your nonsense, and you point to that. That doesn't align with what you're saying, is what you say to us. So you're not very smart, unfortunately. If you're smart, really smart, yeah, we probably wouldn't be watching you.
I'm happy to see you guys. So these trolls, man, right? Why do they hate me so much? I tell them exactly what I think when I think it, and I don't hold back. If I see you messing around with magic, I'm going to tell you. You're an idiot.
She believes in
Go
magic.
get Jesus.
She believes in magic and Jesus and smoking cigarettes.
What is it about these trolls that they try to make all of us so miserable? I think they're trying to get attention because nobody gives it to them in their personal life, so they go online seeking it. But see, the sad part is you're not supposed to strive to get negative attention. You're not. Get over here.
Holly says that people who go online do it because they strive to get attention. So here I am online, as I guess ostensibly striving to get attention, but on the other hand, the person who has just pointed out that people who are online are there to strive to get attention is online herself, telling us.
It's negative attention. And that's what you want, is negative attention? Brooke, it's great to see you. Brooke, we got to do a private call.
Hold on. What's the difference between attention? Well, what is positive attention and negative attention? Attention is attention. I don't think there can be a positive attention or a negative attention. I think she's making shit up.
Man, what is there? Okay, if they're jealous over me, why? Why, really? For what reason are they jealous over me?
No one's jealous over you.
So much so that they are going to threaten me online.
No one's threatening you online.
I hope they know what they're doing. I really hope they know what they're doing. Because God's watching them.
God's imaginary.
Just like he's watching me.
Oh.
But see, I'm dead set on making God happy.
How does she know what makes
I'm not
God
dead set
happy?
on making him cry like the trolls do. I mean, are these trolls spiritual?
How self-centered, how universe-centered do you have to be? Holly thinks she's the center of the universe. She controls God. She doesn't want to make God cry. Listen to her.
Life like?
What's
their romantic life like? Do they even have one?
Well, do you?
Do they have family? What does their family think about them trolling others online? No. Get over here.
We keep it a secret.
Hi.
Oh, shit. What did I do?
Get over here.
Whoa, sorry about that.
I mean, it's negative attention. And that's what you want is negative attention.
Did I just do the wrong get over here?
Brooke, it's great to see you. Brooke, we got to do a private call.
Brooke.
Man. What is there? Okay, if they're jealous over me, why? Why? Really?
No one's jealous.
For what reason are they jealous over me?
Because we want everything you have.
So much so that they are going to threaten me online.
Yes, we want your millions. We want your jewels.
I hope they know what they're doing. I really hope they know what they're
I know
doing.
this is a repeat, but I screwed up.
Because God's watching them
Yeah.
just like he's watching me.
Yeah.
But see, I'm dead set on making God happy.
We've been through this.
I'm not dead set on making him cry like the trolls do.
Right. Okay.
I mean, are these trolls' spiritual life like? What's their romantic life like? Do they even have one?
Been through this.
Do they have family? What does their family think about them trolling others online? Get over here.
That's what I was going to say. We don't tell our families. We keep it a secret. So if my family finds out that I'm trolling online, I know it's you, Holly. You told them.
What does their boss think? What is their...
Don't.
Do they go up?
Oh, sensitive word. Don't tell my boss because I'm at work right now and I'm trolling online. Hope there's no boss around. Don't nobody tell my boss.
Up to their boss and say, oh yeah, good morning, I know I'm early for work. I've been harassing Holly Baglio all night long. I'm surprised I showed up on time this morning. Do they tell their bosses that? Oh yeah, sorry I couldn't make class today, Professor. I was busy giving Holly a piece of my mind.
Because she's so important.
Because
She's so
giving
relevant.
Holly a piece of my mind.
Yeah,
Productive. It's making a difference in the world
absolutely.
and it's advancing the kingdom of heaven.
There
I mean,
you
is
go.
that what these trolls really
That's
think?
why we do it.
You want a reaction from me?
Nah.
I'm going to let somebody else give you my reaction.
Who?
I'm not giving it to you.
Who?
You didn't get me. I know you're going to keep trying. Didn't work this time. Sorry.
Who's she talking to?
You want a reaction? I'm not going to give you one. We'll let Heavenly give you
What was that?
his reaction on what you're doing to me
Heavenly
on my
Alma.
behalf.
Alma.
That's what I'm banking on. So you guys are really
She's like Von Helton, banking on, Von Helton's banking on winning the lottery, and Holly's banking on Heavenly Abba scooping her up. And I don't know what she's banking on, but it's all good.
really good day. I'll see you later because I just woke up. So I plan to have a fantastic day, but shh, don't tell anybody because my inbox might blow up with hate mail. Holly's happy. Attack her. Hi, I'm back with another story. This one is about Joseph Mangley, who created.
Okay, please, everybody quieten down. Still down the back there. This is very important. Very important news from Holly. You should hear this.
Me. He had this game that he had many different games that he would play with us. But I remember one game in particular. In one memory, I was a young child, I believe under the age of 10. And me and a group of, 20 kids were left outside in the elements in a fenced-in area. No food, no water, no shelter. Just as kids left out there to the elements. It felt like a week went by. And
I just got to say that, call me crazy, call me, loony, but doesn't it all sort of sound made up from this Holly's stories? Call me a nutcase.
I nicknamed him the Joe the Mechanic, because if I ever had a problem, whether it was my fault or not, he would fix my wagon and the problem would be gone. So Joe one day came in.
What exactly is a wagon? Could you tell you what? Could you point to the doll and tell me which part of this doll is the wagon? Because your wagon was fixed, so I'd like to know where this wagon sits on the body. Just saying.
To that fenced-in area. I believe all the other children also were under the age of 10. We were real little. But this was typical. This was something typical for us to go through in deep underground military bases. I'm not sure what project you would call this. Maybe it was Project Mannequin. Maybe it was when they were programming me to the 5 Ibis boys. Maybe it was up in Nelson, Canada. Maybe it was over in the UK. I don't know. I can tell you what it was like. You want a project name and a location?
Yes.
If you'd like to read my autobiography, please email me and I will respond with it to you.
Which email?
Heavenly Abba told me to give my autobiography. He never said I had to worry about the IRS or anything else, okay? He made it simple for me. So I wrote down.
Okay, so she's talking about her upcoming book, which is just released. And this is a year ago. Her Heavenly Abba, her married spouse, gave her, because she's the woman, so she has to listen, because he's the man, told her not to make any money out of her autobiography. Right?
My life's experience, and I've drawn pictures, and I'm more than happy to share them with you. Joseph Mangley came into the fenced-in area, and he had a daisy with him, and he stood before us kids, and us kids had knelt down and seated ourselves on the ground, and he stood there, and he kept picking. He would pick a petal from the daisy, and he would say, "He loves me," and then he'd pick another petal, and then he'd say, "He loves me not." He'd pick a third petal. "He loves me." He'd pick a fourth petal. "He loves me not." He'd pick a fifth petal. "He loves me." He'd pick a sixth petal. "He loves me not." Until he went all the way around that daisy. And he would get to the last petal. And he got to the last petal. And when he picked that last petal, it was, "He loves me not." And there I sat, and Joseph Mangley looked right at me. He did not look at any other child. He looked straight at me, and he started marching straight at me. He started to pass by the other children that were seated on the ground. And just before he took his on his second to last step, right before he took his last step, suddenly he turned to his sharp left, put his foot down, taking his last step, and he grabbed the child closest to me. And he brought that child up to the front of the rest of us children. And I looked at that child, this square in the eyes, and that child was looking back at me. And that was supposed to be me. Joe was looking at me. He was supposed to grab me. That kid knew it. I knew it too. And that kid had my blood ran cold, blood curdling screams as Joe brought it up to before us, and he mutilated the child to death. This video is definitely going to get shadow banned because I should say things like unalive. And I should say things like CT instead of the full word. Please feel free to join me on internet radio. If you go to Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker, Podbean, and other major podcasting platforms, please look up Spirit Force and then scroll through the list and you will see my broadcasts. I don't have an exact set time to broadcast. I try to keep it on Thursdays, but I'm known to broadcast randomly. And I always do put up a link on Facebook, Gab, X, Instagram, YouTube. And you can also find my videos on Rumble, TikTok, and BitChute. For Heavenly Abba, test all spirits, and please research these topics for yourself. Fritz Springmeier wrote a book, something called to the effect of The Illuminati's Handbook to Creating the Ultimate Mind Control Slave. And when I read that, my jaw was on the floor. He was talking about the kids in the cages. And I believe that I'm an adult survivor of the things that Fritz Springmeier wrote about in his book. I reached out to him online. Thank you for your time. Again, my name is Holly Baglio. Holy Bag Alliance, was that a rough one to get through? And still, I'm using words I'm not supposed to. And speaking of which, I should put up a disclaimer, right? Because I'm not real. This video's not real. This is just satire and for entertainment purposes only. Holy Bag of Lions, I'm back with another story about what it was like for me to be trafficked of 37 years. But I have to put up a disclaimer and tell you something to the effect of that this is just for entertainment purposes. This is satire. None of this is real. I'm not real. You're not real. This video is not real. I'm a figment of my own imagination. So now that I put up that disclaimer, I have another story to share with you. As soon as I start talking, the wind starts blowing. 10 years ago in 2014, I had a flash flood of memories come back about the MK Ultra project. Stemming from Operation Paperclip in World War II. The MK Ultra projects I went through was Seagate, Mannequin. I was programmed with 5 IBIS boys. There's an MK Ultra project for every letter of the Greek alphabet, not Hebrew. Psalms 119 is a poem for every letter of the Hebrew alphabet. I've been through Project Looking Glass. I've been through the whole gamut. I was born into these projects. I'm a created human. I was on Epstein's Island, which is another video. So when I woke up 10 years ago about how I was used and how I was created and what had happened for 37 years of my life, and there I was, 39, turning 40, and the MK Ultra hypnosis and programming broke down. I was using medicinal cannabis to detox from 33 prescriptions. I had fired all of my doctors. And in coming off of that, the memories came back. Between my faith with Heavenly Abba and then the tools that he gave to me, I was able to deprogram, and him and I did the whole process by ourselves, just him and I alone. He put a beautiful support system in my life so I would not have to be alone. But the first 5 years of waking up was the toughest for me. But back in 2014, it was very strange because I do not believe in reincarnation. Yahusha's resurrection disproves reincarnation. So there I was in 2014, and I had a memory what seemed like me being alive when the angels descended upon Mount Hermon and made a pact to spit in Abba's eye. And I could never make heads or tails of it. I knew I wasn't alive back then. I wasn't reincarnated. But what was this memory I had of Mount Hermon and the angels making a pact to spit in Abba's eye? From 2014 until 2019, I had that question. I went to the International Satanic Ritual Abuse Conference in Newark, Ohio. I believe October 2019, Rusty Star was there. I got to meet John Pounders, John Hall, and just beautiful people I got to meet there, as well as reunite with. But while I was at that conference, one of the speakers had spoken about the Hampstead kids. Have you ever looked up the Hampstead kids? HAMPSTEAD, I think. Oh, that Ricky Dearman. I met him online. I don't like him. Listen, I believe the children because I'm a survivor of the very same things those Hampstead kids went through. Well, there I was at the conference sitting in the audience, listening to, I believe it was Through the Black, talk about the Hampstead kids. And the kids started talking about how the adults dressed up like witches and werewolves. And then the adults dressed up in these different costumes would, force the kids to participate in sex rituals and satanic rituals and sacrifices. Well, there I was sitting in the audience, and after 5 years, things started to click. It dawned on me, of course, I was not alive at the time or there at the time that the angels descended on Mount Hermon and made a pact to spit in heavenly Abba Yahuwah's eye. But what I was there for was I was approximately 5, 6, 7 years old, maybe 8. I was so young. I was little. I remember my little girl body. And the adults in the dumps, deep underground military bases, and the above ground government facilities. I was trafficked everywhere. I was born into these projects, as I've said. The adults dressed up like the angels, like archangels. The adults dressed up like the angels, the fallen angels. They put me in my little body on top of a rock, on top of some sort of rock altar. And then they proceeded to R me, SA me, beat me, brutalize me, torture me. And it was a group of adults. I would say more than 5 adults. And the adults dressed up like the angels, put me on that rock altar and made a pact on me to spit in heavenly Abba's eye. When they were done with me, my body was bleeding and all torn apart. There was another little kid, a Rothschild, that came, got me from the altar and patched me up, put bandages all over my wounds, cleaned me up, got me dressed. And then the adults, they made me serve them food and drink and serve them. Rub their back like a slave girl after what they had done to me. I thought that they were going to R me until I was dead. Excuse me for censoring myself. I'm heavily shadow banned, and that's why I don't get more views on my videos, because I say all the things you're not supposed to say. And that was my childhood. Easters and Christmases, other holidays, they were exceptionally brutal in the dumbs. And that's why I don't understand why people celebrate those holidays, because they're satanic. They have nothing to do with Yahuwah. They have everything to do with child sacrifice. Think about that. And no, you don't get to take these holidays back and make them what you want. No, you don't. Heavenly Abba already gave us a set of holidays to celebrate, and they are every Sabbath, Feast of First Fruits, Feast of Unleavened Bread with the Passover meal, Feast of Tabernacles, which we're in right now, Feast of Trumpets, and, oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm forgetting one, Feast of Weeks, the Feast of Weeks, Shabbat. And that was my childhood. That was my childhood, being a part of these, being forced to be a part of these satanic rituals that involved sex and the brutalizing and killing of children.
She was part of that. She was part of that. Now, in the very beginning of this video, she said that the following, it's all satire. And then she comes up with this. Satire, huh? It's probably, we could probably find a genre for this, like traumatic satire. I don't know.
I'm back with another story of what it was like to be trafficked through.
Okay, again, we're going to put the disclaimer that she made before that this is satire, and let's see if she makes that same disclaimer.
The dumbs. Again, this is for entertainment purposes only. It's satire. It's not real. You're not real. I'm a figment of my own imagination. This video isn't even real. We're goofing off, of course.
Good.
Because such a terrible topic could not possibly be true.
Exactly.
And we know it's not true, right? What they would do while trafficking me and a small group of kids through the dumbs, they would gather a couple of us kids together and they would dress us up as different characters. They would have us act out different scripts or different fairy tales.
You know, the thing that bothers me about this is that if it's satire, ha ha ha, satire, then why is she bringing up sexual assaults, of children when she was a child? She experienced it, she witnessed it. If this is satire, then that type of humor, if you call it that, does not belong in satire, because satire is supposed to be humorous, and child molestation, or molestation in general, is not satirical. So I'm wondering if Holly Baglio, even though she gives a disclaimer that what's following is satire, I'm still wondering about her mental health, because she goes to some very, very dark places that even though we normal people who are crazy go to dark places, but we don't go there. I don't understand that.
Except the sick, twisted part to the fairy tales was that sex was involved.
That is what
the adults administered drugs to us.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. How is this satirical, and why would she include this in a this is not, this is entertainment. This is not entertainment.
And the other sick, twisted part to these fairy tales that they would have us act out was that at least one other child, if not half of them, would be murdered.
Ladies and gentlemen, according to Holly Baglio, this is entertainment. It's satire. Ha ha ha. Entertainment. Wow.
The adults too. It would be anywhere from one adult to a group of adults that would also be wearing costumes, chanting, joining in, essaying the children, R-ing the children. Even in my grammar school, Liberty Corner School in Liberty Corner, New Jersey, I went to Liberty Corner for kindergarten through 5th grade. And I remember as a little girl in kindergarten, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, all grades, other faculty would come to my class and take me out. And there would be certain other groups or certain other children that would also be taken out of their classes, and our ages would vary. And it was always a certain...
I'm sorry, this is not satire. This is just sick fantasy.
small group of children and certain faculty, staff members of the school, and they would take us and bring us down into the basement. We would walk down to the first level, past the principal's office, and then down those back stairs. Once we get down to the bottom, there was a big chained gate. The faculty would unlock it and bring us group of children down that hallway, and there was a room off to the left, and I think there were very tall narrow windows up high on the ceiling, indicating that we were in the cellar in the basement of the school.
So?
My memory blanks. But the adults, once they got us in the basement, they would get naked, and then they would get us children naked, and they would go through satanic rituals with us children. Sex magic was used. And when they were finished, they would bring us back to our classrooms. I know I was told that if I said anything, they would kill my grandmother, or that they would take me away from my grandparents. Also, when we were in the dumps specifically, and they would have us children acting out different skits dressed in costumes, they would have us pick another child from the group of children. And always, somehow, that child that you picked, you would think that you were saving yourself and that other child, but it would wind up that that child would always wind up being sacrificed. In another memory, I was in the dumps sitting in a group of kids. I believe there was about 6 or 7 of us, and there was an adult there. And it looked like the adult was on a computer of some sort, and us children were strapped down, and we had electrodes on us for electrocution. And the white lab coat had us play some sort of game. I wouldn't even know how to explain the game to you, but it was a game. And whatever child lost, one time, the white lab coat threw the child in a fire, and we had to sit there and watch the child burn.
What about the screaming?
Fairy tales like Labyrinth by David Bowie, Alice in Wonderland, Mother Goose nursery rhymes were also used. You have the Disney movies. Those storylines were also used. Hansel and Greta, Little Red Riding Hood, Three Little Pigs, Cinderella, Snow White, with the 7 dwarfs. And if it wasn't enough that they corrupted fairy tales, they corrupted the Holy Bible. They would read us, in particular, King James Version. And John 1, John 2, John 3, that was the worst for me. I think it's John 2 where they, at the very beginning, the Bible starts talking about a fair lady. Douglas Riggs would read us the Bible, and it had to be King James. Always had to be King James. And while he read that Bible to me, he raped me and beat the other kids.
Satire.
I don't even know why I bother saying SA or R, because I wind up slipping saying those words anyway. They use biblical scripture and fairy tales, nursery rhymes to act out their satanic rituals involving us children.
I would really like to know the details of a satanic ritual, because she's mentioned it a couple of times, satanic rituals, and now I'm a Satanist, a Levian Satanist, I'll admit, but a Satanist nevertheless, and you can tell by the background, right? But the satanic ritual is something I'm unfamiliar with. In fact, the only time I've ever heard satanic ritual is from crazy people like Holly.
And it's funded by our tax dollars. Thank you for your time. Holy Bag Alliance, was this one a rough one to get through?
Well,
Thank you for your time. I implore you to go before Heavenly Abba Seek him, seek his countenance, seek his truth, seek his refuge and shelter. Please test the spirits. Do your own research and studies. I implore you to go before Heavenly Abba.
Oh, God.
Thank you. I'm back with another story of what it was like to be
I don't know, man. I don't know about this woman's mental health. Are there any questions? Are there any questions from any of you out there who are watching right now? If you are not watching live, you can still ask me a question in the comment section. Hearing none. I'm just stunned by the inappropriateness of Holly's satire. I don't consider that entertainment at all. If that's what she's trying to, she has a very dark, macabre, weird side to her. Creepy. Maybe we should keep on watching her, huh? You'd love to see a case study on her? Yeah, no kidding, eh? Anyway, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Take care and stay. What do I usually say? Oh, yeah. Stay notified. Bye-bye.